Say hi if you're jumping on. Say hi. We are live. How are you doing? Say how are you jumping on? Let me know where you're tuning in from. Go live every Thursday. This is Founders of the New Earth, because we are all founders of the new earth. The people that are here changing the paradigm, that are doing their internal work, that is looking to create a new reality. We're creating it now in live time. It's a little bit different tonight than we usually have it or whatever, but it's still going to be awesome. We're still going to have a wonderful night, and everything is about to get popping. So let me get ready to share this to my channel. Let me do some sharing, like tap the screen, all the different things or whatever. Let me share it out and get all that going before we start the live. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me see. Okay. Where is my share button? Okay, I was looking to share it to my, like they didn't change up some things. Okay, so I don't see where I can share it out at, but that's okay. So, like I said, we're doing things a little bit different tonight. Say hi, let me know where you're tuning in from. This is Founders of the New Earth. We talk about healing, transformation, doing the internal work. We usually talk about from the micro scheme of things, but tonight we're going to be doing things a little bit different. That's why we have the picture at the top of the screen. It's a little bit different. If you want to check out any of these lives, they will be loaded up on the tube, so you can always go over there and check it out. You can go to the link in my bio and it will be there, so you can go check out any episode that we've done on TikTok or whatever. You can check it out over there. So with that being said, I know you guys are usually seeing me with Lexi. She's not here right now. She's taking a little hiatus for herself. So we do give people time and space for them to be able to go through their transformation. That's what she's doing. And so, but this right here, this movement is bigger than her, bigger than me. So we got to continue to go. That's why we own this live tonight. Yes. So let me go ahead on and pin that to the top. Okay. We're just pinning and doing. Okay. So let me get some water and let's start this off. So we know the world is changing. We feel the change. We are going through the shift and all the different things are transpiring or whatever. And if you're doing the internal work, you are seeing the transformation within yourself, your life, and all the different things. Now, if you're not doing the internal work, you might be seeing more chaos, all the different things as well. But this is why we are creating this new paradigm, because it is a separation that is going on right now. So like I said, we usually talk about the micro things. And with the micro of the new earth, we're talking about building the new earth from within. That's the micro part of it. But the macro part of it is building a new earth collectively, because this isn't a one-person pony show. Not one person can do this alone. We have to come together, community. We got to get back in that energy of community. We've lost so much community over the eons or whatever. Like legitimately, people are so disconnected, more connected but disconnected at the same time. What I mean by that, we have technology. Of course, we're connected on technology. We meet new people, wonderful, around the world. But at the same time, we're disconnected with talking to people, interacting with people, all the different things. And that is important as a human. We need that connection. We need that community. And so Founders of the New Earth is all about us building the community and building this new earth in live time right now. So for us to be able to do that, we're going to start off with the micro, like we usually talk about. We talk about, hi, let me know where you're tuning in from. We talk about doing the internal work, doing your shadow work, letting go what no longer serves you, uprooting things that are not yours. These programmings, these limited beliefs, these traumas, all this other stuff, that right there cannot go with you when you're in an energy of thriving. You have to release those things. You have to let go what no longer serves you. And then you have to embody and become the version of yourself that has always been there. The version of you, your higher self, has always been there, has been underneath the surface. You have to pull that energy out. You have to pull that out. And how do you do that? Let go what no longer serves. Whatever trauma, look at your wounds. You have to, I had an epiphany a couple days ago or whatever. And I think I was in the tub and I was channeling and some emotions were coming up and some trauma and stuff like that. And I was releasing and letting it go or whatever. And I got the epiphany that if you didn't feel your emotions as a kid, the way you needed to feel your emotions as a kid, for you to be able to heal that, you have to feel that as an adult. You have to feel those little bitty person big emotions as an adult if you couldn't feel it as a kid. And see, that's what we see going on in this reality. We see a lot of people that with unhealed wounds and traumas and stuff like that. And so when you're not aware of it, you will continue to build more of that chaos within your life or whatever. And so for us to be able to build the new paradigm, the new earth, we have to build it from a new standpoint place. That's why when you do the internal work, what happens? You don't start to rise and above from the same energy you used to be in. You legitimately have to become new. You have to start embodying new. You have to start being new. And then your reality starts to change it. Your reality doesn't shift until you shift within. So we are collectively shifting within, and we're seeing that collectively shift without. And so if you are aware, of course we see the negative stuff going on. We know for things to get better, the dark has to rise for the light, because the light is poured in. The dark has to rise and has to come to the surface so we can heal it collectively. So that's what we're seeing on the grand scheme of everything that's going on in the world right now. But with this being said, this is the best time to be alive. The best time. How can I say that? Because we are legitimately the founders creating a new reality for generations to come. This will be the time that our great-grandkids, our great-great-great-great-grandkids will say, did my grandmother or grandfather do something? Did they make a change? Did they better themselves? Did they better our generation? Did they better our lineage? Did they better the planet? And so you want to leave that legacy behind. You want to leave that legacy behind for not only your family, but for the world. Like every generation, we do better so the next generation can do better. Can we get an agreement on that? We do better so the next generation can do better and can have better. So with that being said, that's what we're doing now. But this right here is not just about financial gain, all the different things. This is a new way of living, a new way of co-creating. Before in the past, we blemished the earth. We've destroyed all the different things or whatever. But this is co-creating with different people, different creeds, different colors, different shapes, different things with technology. I'm a firm believer that we can co-create with technology and create a better planet in this environment or whatever. We don't have to have the doom, gloom, and destruction that we're used to seeing. And so that's why I put this picture at the very top, whatever, so you can see the vision. You can start envisioning a better future, a better reality, a new earth. You can start getting some tangible insight on what that would look like for you and what it would look like for us collectively. It's us working together. It's us bartering. It's us coming together with communities. It's us having these different skills and using the different skills and helping one another out. It's us doing all kind of things together so we won't have to rely on a system, that we can start relying on ourselves the way it was naturally supposed to be and the way it used to be. So we're coming back to full circle in this paradigm, and it's a beautiful thing. So, like I said before, we usually talk about the micro. And we're going to go back to that. So the micro of the new earth is from within, is inner mastery. If you do not master yourself, how can you master your reality? If you do not know yourself, anybody can tell you who you are. You'll get swept up, dragged up, take out of, anybody can change you. You're changed with the wind. You have to know thyself. You have to love thyself. You have to let go what is not yours for you to do that. And then you start to embody in who you are. You start to you get downloads, you get insights, you get all the different things, like everything that you need to create the life you came in to create, you already have. You already have. I don't care where you are. I don't care what you think you don't have in your account. I don't think what you saying, I don't have this love. You have everything inside of you right now to create a better paradigm right now. You have to go within to bring it without, to manifest it, to birth it into actual reality. And so for you to do that, that looks like I tell people, this journey, this is why a lot of people run away from this journey. Because this journey, you're going to face your shadows. We do not spiritual bypass over here. You're going to face your shadows. You're going to look at you're going to do your internal work. You're going to let go with no longer. Sometimes, legitimately, you will feel, and it's so beautiful though, when you start doing the work, you will feel the emotions in a big way on the high end of the spectrum and the emotions in a big way on the low end of the spectrum. And I actually love that and live for that now. Like I said, last week or whatever, I was going through something was coming up or whatever, and I was releasing and letting it go. And I really just dug and sunk deep into the emotion that was coming up. And it is so revitalizing to feel the depth of the emotions that I couldn't feel when I was a kid. in that situation that was coming up. So for me to be able to feel it now and be able to sit with it and release it and all the different things, it is empowering. Because what you will understand is that your shadows, your wounds, when you start to healing those parts of yourself and transforming those parts of yourself, they have gifts. And that gift is you. Your true self is hiding underneath the pain, the layers, all the different things. And you have to be the one to go in and cultivate and bring that person out that's going to create the beautiful reality for yourself, for your family, for your bloodline, for the environment, for generations to come. You have to birth that person. And it's not about all the things that people get so caught up in, all the things that society tell you want this, you want that, and all this stuff. Do you really want that? At the end of the day, most people don't even want money. They want freedom. They want freedom to do what they want. They want freedom to do what they love. They want freedom to be. They want freedom to experience life. So, for you to do that, you have to change your internal reality for your external reality to change. And so, for us to be able to create a better paradigm collectively, we individually do our work. We individually let go what no longer serves. We individually embody, reprogram our mindset, nervous system regulation, emotional intelligence. We individually do that. Think for a minute. How beautiful this world will be. Just think for a minute. Like I just see the picture in my head right now. People no longer being controlled by their trauma. People no longer being controlled by this. People no longer being controlled by people legitimately being sovereign beings and co-creating together and creating this beautiful world, this beautiful planet, because the planet is already beautiful. Go outside. You think this world is not beautiful? You got blinders on. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I know from personal experience, I used to have them blinders on too. You got blinders on. Step outside your door. Spend time in nature. And just see how beautiful nature is. Like, I love spending time in nature. Ground, take your shoes off, get out there like a kid, put your feet in the sun, in the sand. If you live near a beach, put your feet in the grass. If you wherever, put your feet somewhere. Go outside. And nature will talk to you and community. That's another thing too. This world becomes magical once you start to peeling back the lens that weren't yours. Once you start to seeing back in that vision and in that lens of your inner child. Because when you started doing that work and started doing the work that I'm talking about, you will start to living as your inner child. Like, legitimately, I do so much fun stuff in my life. Like, my inner child just be, of course, adult Gabby got to do stuff. We got to run businesses, do all the other stuff. But baby, inner child got to be out here twirling fans, doing all kind of stuff. Yes. So you get a chance to live from this place. And when people ask me what I do, I'm like, I love what I do. I love what I do. I help people to be able to reprogram their mindset. I help them be able to reprogram their nervous system, all the different things. And I make content and do all this stuff. Like, I love what I do. I legitimately love what I do. You cannot ask for anything better. So with that being said, for us to do that and for us to create this paradigm together, we have to let go of what's not ours. And a lot of us were born into families. We're generational curse breakers. And we were born into families that we were meant to break the generational curses. We were meant to break the lineages, the wounds and stuff of our family bloodline. And with being a generational curse breaker, oh baby, you're going to go through some tough shit. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that now. Those times I be talking to my ancestors and be like, dang, y'all said I was the one to do all this. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. But dang, sometimes I just got to go off a little bit and be like, y'all gave me a whole bunch of shit to straighten out. A whole bunch. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. And that's okay because you were born for this. You came here for this. I remember my grandmother used to always say, and I never forget this, anytime I'm going through something in a season or life or in business or whatever else, God will never put more on you than you could bear. And when you're thinking, well, especially in my life, I can vouch for that. Every time I feel like something was too unbearable, it was never enough to completely just overtake me. It was something that I was able to. Now, it was some tough stuff. Sometimes I felt like I didn't want to get through it. I was at the, trust me. But with that being said, I came through every level. And if you take your mind and go back to your subconscious and look at all the things you overcome in your life. Look at every battle you've overcome that you thought you wouldn't overcome. That right there should give you momentum enough to know that you can create whatever you want to create. You're a creator. That's your power. Your power is creation. You came here to create, so start creating. And what we're creating, the new earth. We are founders. We, the ones that are living, we, the ones on this live, we, the ones that are seeing another future, that are seeing a better reality for the planet, for people, for generations to come. We're creating that new earth now. The new earth isn't something far away. It's right now. It's right now. And it's happening and it's unfolding in live time right now. You see it. You see people talk about, like, you even hear this terminology being passed around a lot now. New earth, new earth, new earth. What is this? What is this? What is this? We feel the split. We see the shift. We see, and if you're aware and you have perspective, you see the beauty that's going on in this reality. Like, we're not delusional from the chaos, but we don't let the chaos determine what we're creating. We know we're creating a better paradigm in live action. We're taking each step, intuitive guidance, taking that step, doing it and going after it. And I'm going to tell you, every time I take intuitive guidance and go after, it always pans out. Even sometimes it might look chaotic, it always pans out. That's because your energy, your inner God is guiding you. See, when you're coming from a place of your energy, your inner God, your energy that's guiding you, then therefore you live life in a different way. I'm not saying you're perfect, because nobody's perfect. We make mistakes, we do all the things. We sometimes drop back down in consciousness. That's the thing. Our energy is always shifting and going. But you live from a place of giving back. You live from a place of, what am I looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? You live from a place of being of service to not only yourself, but for others, for the environment, for people. You live in this energy of seeing the bigger, grander thing. And that's what being a founder is about. It's about holding the picture, seeing the bigger picture, the bigger vision for the paradigm, holding that vision and creating from that vision on what it is that you're meant to create in that arena. Because we all have different pieces of the puzzle. I have a piece, you have a piece, she has a piece, he has a piece. Nobody's piece is greater than the other piece. We bring those pieces together and then we got a puzzle. We got a beautiful puzzle. Beautiful symphony. Yes. So, and that's one thing. So we talked about inner mastery. The next thing is emotional intelligence. If you, I'm going to tell you this, emotional intelligence is very important, very, very, very important. Because if you do not have emotional intelligence, anybody can say anything or whatever else and they snatch your damn soul. What I mean by that is that they legitimately have power over you. Anytime somebody can say something to trigger you and get you out your energy, you didn't give them your power. You have given away your power. So emotional intelligence is so important because it does not say that you're not aware of what you're feeling. Somebody can say something, it could say something. It could, hurt you or something like whatever. But you know how to process those emotions. You don't let those emotions take over. You don't lash out. You don't do all the things. And it's a process. Nobody is perfect. This is all a learning thing or whatever. But the thing is, go back to mastery, self-mastery. Well, let me tell you the difference between self-mastery and perfectionism. Perfectionism is everything got to be perfect. I got to be perfect. Everything got to look this way. All this stuff. If it's not right, then somebody's going to say this. Somebody's going to say this, all this other stuff. That's not self-mastery. Self-mastery is being consciously aware of when you do step out of character and you recalibrate your energy, or not stepping out of character at all. That's self-mastery. It's not perfectionism. And so I don't want people to mix up what I talk about self-mastery with perfectionism, because it's two different things. Perfectionism will get you caught up in a rut and you'll be steady trying to make a program or make something or whatever, or put something out into the world, and instead of trying to be perfect and you don't have all this stuff or whatever, and you never create. Self-mastery, you create as you go. You're becoming as you go. So you are unfolding as you go. That's what it's all about. So another thing too is nervous system regulation. So we're talking about the micro of the new earth. So nervous system regulation. If you do not regulate your nervous system, you legitimately will go off about anything. That goes kind of hand in hand with emotional intelligence as well. Because nervous system regulation or whatever, like when you have been brought up in an arena where it's been nothing but chaos, you won't know what peace feels like. And that's why when people have been brought up in a world full of chaos or whatever, and they finally get in an arena that's peaceful, they end up self-sabotaging. Why? Because you're addicted to the chaos. You're not even aware of it. Even though the chaos hurts you and it triggers you and it dysregulates you even more, but because it's been your norm, Being in something that's safe feels unsafe. It's like you got to always wait for the next foot to drop. Always wait for the next foot to drop. No more. No more. You are thriving, not surviving anymore. You are thriving. You are creating something new. You are birthing something new. Like when we birth babies, you're birthing something new into this reality. So, nervous system regulation is so important because when you know how to center yourself in chaos, being an entrepreneur, one thing I'm going to tell you, if you've been through, one thing I can say, if you've been through a lot of chaos in your life, I feel like entrepreneurship is great for people that have been through a lot. And the reason why I can say from personal experience is the reason why, because you're used to the ebbs and flows of entrepreneurship, But that's just a piece of the pie. The next piece of it is learning how to regulate yourself while you're going through different things in different seasons within your business, within whatever you're going through. That is so important because when you can regulate your nervous system and not let this world take you out of character, take you out your energy, get you dysregulated, all the different things or whatever, you legitimately can think above the problem. And if you've ever read any Dr. Joe Dispenza books or research him, anything like that, he talks about rising above your reality. And to be able to create a new reality, you have to rise above what you're seeing. You cannot create, and it talks about the new earth too, you cannot create a new paradigm from the old paradigm you created it in. You cannot be healed and whole instead of talking about something, I'm sick and depressed. Don't work. No, don't, not at all. You cannot be rich and have and be in abundant and still be talking about lack. No. That you cannot see a new paradigm, a new earth, a new vision, and still talk about all the crazy chaos and all the WARs, all this kind of stuff. Like, it's not saying that you're not aware. You're aware of what's going on, but you don't let that create your reality. You don't let that create, you rise above and you're like, I'm aware, I see what's going on, but I'm creating something different. I know I create my reality. I know we're all consciously co-creating together. So we all get on the wavelength of creating and seeing a new paradigm. We're going to all legitimately create a new paradigm. That's all it takes. All it takes is awareness and perspective, and we legitimately flip it on its head. We legitimately flip the script. So to flip the script, you have to do your inner work. Ain't no more running. Ain't no more hiding. Ain't no more push it up under the rug, drink it, all the different, ain't nothing, no more of that. It's feeling it. Feel it. Go through it. Release it. Call back in who you are, your highest self. Embody it. Integrate it. Walk it. Be it. See it. Create it. That is the frequency of the new earth. That is the individual work of the new earth. So, the next thing is, we just talked about self-awareness. Self-awareness, I should have had that as number one. Self-awareness, you have to be aware of yourself. If you're not aware of yourself, your actions, like people think it stops at self-awareness. No, self-awareness is the beginning. Because people can say, people be like, well, I'm just this way. I've always been this way. You're self-aware that you're this way, but what are you doing to change? And is the way that you are, not saying that you have to change, but is the way that you are serving you? Is it serving you? Is it serving your next level? Is it serving the people around you? Is it serving all the things? Now, we're not talking about people pleasing energy. That's a whole different thing. We don't people please over here. We let all that go. No. But I'm saying is when you're co-creating, you're building something or whatever, if you have a toxic personality, that's not good for nobody. And if you know you're toxic and you just walk around here being toxic, yeah, you're going to create more toxic in your life. And you wonder why your life toxic. Okay, I'm going to digress from there. But yeah, yeah, that is. Whatever you're seeing on the external reality is what's going on internally. So if you don't like what you're seeing externally, change internally. Your reality has no choice but to catch up with it. It's a little time delay. Don't focus on the delay. Don't focus on that. You focus on the delay, you're going to create more of a time gap. Don't focus on the delay. Because what you're seeing right now, you're legitimately living out a vibrational reality you were living in before. And so it's manifested in physical form right now. So as you continue to let go what no longer serves and you recalibrate your energy and your energy becomes your true frequency, because we all have our own frequency. Everything has a frequency. This bottle has a frequency. Everything has a frequency. Hi, love. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you, love. Everything has a frequency. So when you realize that when you're vibrating a frequency and it's not yours or whatever, and you let it go and it is yours, then therefore you can create from that standpoint. You can create a better paradigm for yourself, the collective, your family, all the different things. And I know when I leave here, I'm leaving a legacy behind, not just for my family, but for the planet. Like I've always said, for me, it ain't about the money. It's the impact I'm making. Am I making impact? What do I wake up every day? I wake up and say, what impact can I make into this world? How can I help inspire somebody? How can I help change someone? How can I help do something? What can I do to make this world a better place? Not only for me, not only for my family, but for generations to come, for the people that come after me, for the legacy, the everyone that comes after when we leave this place. Like that's what being a founder is about. Being a founder of something, if you're being a founder of a business or you're being a founder of an organization, to my founders of the New Earth, you legitimately have to see the bigger picture. You have to step outside and zoom out. Not focusing on the little minute stuff that's going on here. Yeah, we know this chaos on there. We know all that. But you have to see the bigger picture. So when you see the bigger picture, you can help create from that. What is it? What is your place? So I want you to start thinking, start feeling into the energy. Because I'm going to have some questions for you to start feeling into the energy of being a founder. Of what, if you're not a founder, you are a founder, it's going to push you even more to be able to go even 10 times, even harder on what it is that you're creating in this reality for generations to come. The legacy you're leaving behind. So the next thing is conscious choices. What choice are you making every day? Are you making choices consciously or unconsciously? And sometimes we just want to be unconscious. Sometimes we want to be consciously, unconsciously. I was telling this too, but a couple weeks ago or whatever. I just had a day. I didn't want to do nothing. I just wanted to doom scroll. I'm very much aware I was doom scrolling. So I said, I'm just going to be unconscious today. I was consciously unconscious, but I just wanted to be. Just wanted to be and just wanted, And I got over that day. I said, "Oh, this wasn't really fun. It was what it was. I experienced. It was the experience, but I'm used to doing stuff. I'm used to creating something. I'm used to living in my high vibrational energy. I'm used to being in nature. I'm used to going on walks and I'm used to, all the different things or whatever. So that's what fills my cup up, So we can be consciously unconscious, but what are you consciously creating? What is your conscious choices that you're making into this world? Like when you woke up this morning, this rising, I like saying morning, when you understand words of spells, you understand word plays, but that's a different conversation with something else. So yes, reprogramming is very much a fundamental part of this. When you start learning more, you start reprogramming things, you realize how different words have different plays on your psyche. So with that being said, when you woke up this rising, what did you say to yourself? When you woke up, comment below, when you woke up this rising, was it focusing on what you had to do for the day, all the different things, or did you just take a minute to feel within yourself? Did you take a minute to see how you were feeling, tune into yourself? These are things that you need to be doing every day. Like this right here is something, when I talk about this is a lifestyle. This isn't something I do on a Sunday or I do once a week No, you legitimately embody what you're doing. You legitimately embody, this is a way of living for you, a lifestyle for you. Because you understand, if you don't live this way, the chaos and the stuff that the energies that you don't really like, you understand this is what fulfills you and fills your cup up. And you can overflow and you can you can pour off into your family, pour off into the world. So, are you consciously making choices? Are you checking in on yourself throughout the day? Like so many times we do not listen to our body when our body is screaming at us and telling us. It's so many times. It can be little stuff. Let me give you a little tip on how to start giving yourself a little extra self-love. Because this is what this is really about. We neglect that stuff a lot. A lot of times, like I was sitting on the couch earlier today and I was working and I was like, let me hurry and make this video. I was editing the video and all this stuff. And then I had to use the bathroom. So I'm as simple as this now. I had to use the bathroom. And I didn't go when my body was like, I need to go. And I'm instead of just sitting there holding it, just, I'm editing this video. Let me, And I legitimately put something else above my knees. No, you need to be selfish. So I decided, I said, this is some unconscious shit that I'm doing right now. I'm legitimately telling myself that I'm going to wait until I'm finished doing something else. It's going to be here. This content is going to be here. I'm going to edit this video. Let me go pee. Let me come back and do what I need to do. Start paying attention to the cues that your body is sending you. Your body is always sending cues. It might be something that's coming up. Somebody might have said something. It could be nothing. You could legitimately be picking up on energy from the collective. I talk about that all the time. Picking up on the collective energy. Picking up on the what's going on inside of you. Picking up on what's going on in the cosmos. Like, we're always picking up on energy all the time. You have to be aware of what's yours, what's not yours, what's someone else's, what is collective, what I need to let go of, what I need to look at. You have to know your baseline. And you won't know that if you don't know thyself. Sovereignty is your biggest thing. Knowing yourself is your biggest thing. Because when you know yourself, nobody can tell you who you are. You won't change on a dime. Nobody can it's harder for people to program you. Because everything is a program. Like, I tell people that. Even I'm programming you. Don't get it twisted. Even I'm programming you. I tell everybody that. But the thing is the program serving you or is it hurting you? That's where discernment comes in at. Is what you're watching or listening to harming you or hurting you? That's the discernment. Everything is a program. Supercomputer. It has no choice but to be a program. Does the program serve you or is it doing something else? Yeah. That's your choice. That's where discernment comes in at. But you won't have discernment if you're not in tune with your intuition. The intuition and discernment are two different things. One thing I've learned, intuition is feminine in nature. It's the flow energy. It's receiving. Discernment is masculine in nature. It's taking that energy of what you've intuitively picked up on or whatever and discerning, is this for me or is this not? So that is the beautiful flow of the divine feminine masculine at play right there. Just in those two energies right there. Just in intuition and discernment. And you will be able to tell where you are on how good you're listening to your intuition and how good are you on discerning things in your environment. Not saying nobody's perfect, because we all make mistakes. We all have days that we fall off or we're doing something else or whatever. But the more that you start to listening to yourself and start to follow this journey, the more that you trust yourself. And even if you make a mistake that isn't in alignment, you still trust yourself. Trust is so important. So, I'm checking the time or whatever because we're on for an hour. So we're still talking about the micro. We hadn't made it to the macro yet. We're about to make it to the macro of what that looks like for the new earth. So we talked about inner mastery, emotional intelligence, nervous system regulation, self-awareness, and conscious choices that we're making. This is all the foundation of the new earth. And it all starts within. It all starts with thyself. When you have that, then you have something to create off of. Legitimately, so many people are in survival mode. And what I mean by survival mode, you can be wealthy and be in survival mode. Some people just got so much money but still are so afraid of losing it that they legitimately hold it like this. Like, hold it like this. Like this. So just having stuff doesn't mean that you're out of survival mode. So many people get wealthy and still haven't worked on their mindset or still haven't did their internal work or whatever. And then they hoard stuff. Or they might lose it afterward because they haven't built the capacity to hold it. Or if they build the capacity to hold it, they might keep it or might just hoard it. And so we see going on, people be hoarding stuff and like, me, I need more. Trying to feed this void that is never going to get filled because the void is really, you need to go in, not go out. Instead of trying to get stuff. To fill a void that is being asked to come in on yourself to look at, heal, transform, release. Yeah, that's the internal work. We all do that. This paradigm changes. It's already changing because you see so many people waking up. I love it. Best time to be alive. I love it, baby. I love seeing people that are waking up, that are becoming aware, that are breaking generational curses, that are letting go of things that no longer serve them, that are getting to that next level, that are taking chances, that are walking by faith and not by sight, that are doing all those different things. I freaking love it. Because, baby, when you are walking in that energy, you are legit. Thank you so much, love. Thank you so much, Empress. You are legitimately walking as the divine consciousness in 3D form, which you are. But you are legitimately embodying and bringing that energy into physical form, which is beautiful. And that's how this paradigm changed. So we talked about that. Okay, so let me get some water right quick because I'm a little thirsty. So, one thing is, if people are disconnected internally, they recreate disconnection externally. And we know that, and we see that. So, we've been so disconnected from the divine feminine. We see the divine feminine is already here. She ain't raising, she's already here. She has risen in all of us. male or female, because we all have masculine and feminine within us. She has risen in all of us. And so with that being said, let me add this to my story. I see where the thing is. Okay. So with that being said, with her rising and with her being risen up in us or whatever, we feel this shift. We feel this change. And this is why you see so many men that are starting to do the internal work. And like, this is something that is not man against woman, black against white. This is coming together. No more duality thinking. No more your religion, my religion. No more duality thinking. We have to rise above the duality to be able to create together. Because legitimate is, we all be talking about the exact same thing, the exact same source, God, whatever name you want to give it, and be arguing about what the names is. If you live in your, does it matter what the name is? Because first of all, this is a made up thing anyway. Language is made up. Language is made up. We originally don't even talk in this. This is within itself a parasite within itself. We legitimately can't even express with words what the divine is. That's just a simple terminology. But you have to legitimately feel what God's source is. And you can't even put it in words. So, with that being said, stop arguing about names, labels, titles. Come together. You see your neighbor needing some help. Help your neighbor out. You're seeing somebody, and it gets to me sometimes, but I realize where some people are still in consciousness. When I watch videos and people be doing like little experiments or whatever, and then they have like a video where somebody's getting hurt or something is going on or whatever, and then all these people walking around the crowd, nobody's trying to do nothing to help. Like, we have come in so disconnected from each other that you just gonna let something chaotic happen. Like, if I see somebody and something going down, baby, I'm gonna come over there. Can I help? Can I do something? Can I get some more people to rally up behind me? If it's too many people, can I get some, can we do something to come together to help one another? That's what this is about. And see, and we have gotten so disconnected from that, but the thing is, it's coming back in on itself. So we're very much aware of that, but people are now starting to come together. One thing, the internet, I will say, it has disconnected us in a way, but in a way, too, we have become even more connected. And see, being a founder, even with the duality, you're going to see the light and dark and everything. But you decide to focus on the light. Like, I'm very much aware of the darkness. I just told you the dark stuff. But I focus on the people that I meet, the lives that I can change, the saying, hey, sometimes just you walking and waving hey to somebody. How you doing? How your day? Could be something that they needed. You don't know what was going on in that person. You don't know what they had going on. They might have been trying to transpire after that. But by you saying that, hey love, how cousin Pooh, and asking how their day was or whatever else, or giving them words of encouragement, you could have saved their life. We're all here to help one another. We have to remember that. And that's what this is about. This is about community. People coming together. People working together. Not people trying to compete against one another. Thank you so much, Cousin Pooh. Not people trying to compete against one another. Competition for what? We all got our own lane. It can be 10 people selling the exact same thing, but it's going to be somebody that like your stuff, somebody like her stuff, somebody like his stuff. It does not matter. Like, I don't worry about, like, I can communicate, I can talk with people, I can be with people in the same energy, same room I'm in. It does not bother me because the people that vibe with me gonna vibe with me. People that vibe with you gonna vibe with you, and that's just it. We don't need to be competing and trying to take somebody else down and all this stuff or whatever. We can, it's healthy. It's healthy competition. You know what I mean? We can like when you have competition or whatever, healthy competitions or whatever, that's fun or whatever, But what I mean, like this, just trying to really just put people down. We don't do that. This new paradigm, this new earth is collaboration, co-creation. I am on my knees. Thank you for being a full out. Love, this is all of us, love. Like, we're all doing this together, and we can have these conversations and talk about what it looks like and start to bring it into and not just have it up here in our mind, but start to bring it into physical form. Like this right here, like I said, this right here is bigger than me. This is bigger than anybody else. This is a whole movement. And so when we can start to seeing what it looks like, and start to coming together, we can legitimately start to saying, we can do this. We can do this. This isn't hard. This isn't hard. And this is the time. It's being called now. The divine is moving in us. I know you feel it. I know you feel it. Move. Move with the divine. And watch how the divine change your life. So we've been talking about the micro, so let's get ready to talk about, because I do have something for y'all to do at the end or whatever, the macro. Building a new earth collectively. So when we're talking about communities, we already see it. Communities are being started from online. You see it like, and another thing too, I want to challenge you or whatever. Let's Zoom together. DM me, love. Yes. DM me and let's get on the Zoom. I love it. Yeah. DM me or whatever. Let me make sure. I don't want to get out to make sure. Make sure you're following me and then DM me and then let's connect. And so yeah, and if you want to be on one of the episodes or whatever too, so because this is so in the Founders of the New Earth, we have a free spot open every month for someone that is a founder that's doing this internal work, that's making change, making waves into the environment or whatever, and they want to be on the show or whatever. It's a spot open once a month. So this is the 5th month. So we have 5-6 more slots left for the rest of the year or whatever. So if you want to be on there, DM me, email me at foundersofthenewEarth@gmail.com, all the different things. I am there. Okay, yeah, okay, wonderful, love. We gotta connect. Definitely DM me. Definitely. So we connect. When I get off here, I DM you back. So yes, because that's what we're building. This is what this is about. This is what this is about. Okay, so communities, like we said, communities are already being built. We see the communities coming. We're seeing them coming up in different little categories. We're seeing a category here, somebody doing this. Somebody might have, gardens here. Like I know locally where I said or whatever, in the town over from me or whatever, I'm starting to see pop up on my timeline because we moved. Popping up on my timeline, like people are doing like little community gatherings or whatever, where they're teaching kids on how to garden, next generation on how to garden or whatever. And I'm gonna end up taking my baby to some of those things or whatever because I just started seeing them on my timeline. I'm so excited because kids need to learn these skills. They need to learn how to be out of nature. They need to learn how to plant fruits and vegetables and all the different things. That's food. We gotta eat. You know what I mean? So they need to learn these different skills or whatever because so many skills are being lost. And so, but we're regaining these skills. I also have a book too that I got from TikTok or whatever, and it's over here somewhere in my book thing or whatever, and it talks about all the different plants and when you're foraging different plants, different herbs, different stuff, because nature gives us what we need to thrive. It's already here. We just have to remember. Yes. So, okay. So the next thing is people are reconnecting through local groups, land projects, conscious businesses, support systems, trading, bartering, and intentional living. I need to learn to garden too. Girl, you know you got a green thumb because you need to be out there gardening, making them fruits and vegetables and all that. So that's, what? I have my plant. I had my first plant, not my first plant, but she's my first plant since we moved. So she's growing. I have 2 of them now. So I'm excited about that because, learning how to get into plants, even though I don't know why. I'm a nature girl. I always have been. Anyway, that's another story. But anyway, yes. So making sure we're doing all the things. Okay. So this right here, the new earth isn't just an idea. This right here is happening. I will. I show it to you, girl. Yes, girl. Yeah, I can tell you her name and everything later on. But yeah. So this, and then another thing too that I want people to realize that another thing that people are afraid of is technology. Let's talk about technology while we're talking about this, because you see in this picture, whatever you see, people coming together, different creeds, different colors at the top. You see a little robot up there and all this stuff. The cat is out of the box. Pandora box has been opened. We cannot close the box. The box can't be closed. So therefore, we have to learn as alchemists. What does an alchemist do? Tell me what an alchemist does. Let me get a little water. Tell me what an alchemist does, first of all. Because we know alchemists turn whatever lead into gold. There's metaphor, but real too. But we take whatever thing that look like is chaotic, could be chaotic, because everything is just a potential. Everything is potential. Anything we come out with, we have the potential for it to go. It's intention behind it. For it to go the light way, to go the dark way. Everything's intention. So we can legitimately, with technology, start to healing the planet from all the chaos that we have caused it. From all the destruction we have caused it. We can start to reverse it. And we have the technology to do that. We have to start coming together and doing that. And so we can see a reality where it's us, technology, different people, different creeds, different colors, different religions, different whatever else, all coming together, working together, bartering, helping each other, doing the different things, building land, having compounds, all the different things. We can do that. It just takes us to do it. Every generation that has done something better than the next generation, it always started with what? An idea. Then after the idea, you started talking to other like-minded people. When more than one come together, what happens? So that's the God energy. More than one person coming together, the energy coming on board, ideas churning, creating something, bringing it to physical form. That's creation 101. That's manifestation 101. That's community. All the different things. All the different things. And so, for us to be able to do this, we have to be able to rise above and see the beautiful reality that's already here. So if you're having a hard time of seeing this life in a beautiful way, I want to challenge you. Before we start, give you a challenge with the founders. I want to challenge you to go outside. Start seeing the beauty in this reality. Start connecting with nature. Nature legitimately talks back to you. My cousin Pooh, she's still on here, whatever. We talk about it all the time. Legitimately, birds be coming up, talking to us, all kind of stuff. Nature talks back to you, I'm telling you. Trees talk to you. The wind talks to you. You got to be aware. This world is actually magical. It is so magical. When you wake up to your inner child, you just see the beauty everywhere. Even in the amped up shit, you still see the beauty everywhere. So for you to start thinking like a founder, these are some questions that I want you to start asking yourself. I have some questions right here. So magical and fun, girl. Okay, so for you to start thinking like a founder, like I said, founders, we think about the bigger picture, the grand picture, the grander scheme for everyone. So I want to get you in the mindset of a founder. You have to rise above your reality. So instead of a few little examples I can give you is, instead of saying this world is negative, if you think the world is negative and you're paying attention to all the doom and gloom, first of all, turn off the doom and gloom. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Because whatever you feed your consciousness is what you're going to study. Like legitimately, I have to take those dooms and gloom stuff in micro doses. Because when I work on social media, posting or whatever, of course I'm going to come across stuff. But most of my timeline is what I want to see. You have to legitimately tell the algorithm what you want to see. You have to watch what it is that you want. That's how let me give you an example. Another little tip. How you can tell if you're toxic, if your internal reality is toxic, just by your social media alone. So I want you to open up after you get out this live. Go into one of your social media channels, TikTok, whatever else. Scroll through your channels. What do you see? If you see a lot of toxic stuff, baby, that is a reflection of what's going on within you. Because you are legitimately feeding the algorithm what it is that you want to see. You want to see the toxic stuff. You want to see the chaos. You want to see the arguing. You want to see the this and that. You want to see all that stuff that goes on inside of you. So if your algorithm is showing you that, you're like, oh shit, I can't. No judgment. Don't judge yourself. We don't do that. But reflect. You have to hold yourself accountable. Oh shoot. Like, I'm not saying stuff don't pop up on my timeline, but most of that stuff I don't even see because I'm not in that energy. And if I end up going down a rabbit hole for a minute, I recalibrate my time after I went down a rabbit hole because I'm good about going down rabbit holes. You got to learn, But yes. So yes, it's how you can tell. Am I toxic or what? I'm telling you, your platform will reflect the energy that you're in. You're seeing a beautiful home. You're looking for a new home. You're seeing a new home or all this stuff. Your timeline, your social media gonna start showing you that. If you're looking to become more wealthy, your timeline gonna show you that. Legitimately, everything's a reflection of you. We can consume that into our reality. Yes. So if you want to see better, do better, start to watching better. Start to entertaining better. All the different things. Like I tell people, like so many people talk about how, these corrupt billionaires and all this stuff, whatever, this and that. And when I tell people, I'm like, you don't have to be that way. It is good billionaires and multimillionaires out there. Trust me, I research them. I study them because I know I am one of them. You know what I mean? So you have to study what you want to see. If you're going to say that and see that, if you think money is the root of all evil, then therefore you're legitimately not going to attract money. You legitimately going to think everybody with money is evil. But that does not mean that's the reality. That's your reality. But that does not mean that's the reality. Of course, we know it's messed up people. It's messed up people that have money. Messed up people that don't have money. That doesn't mean anything. Money just amplifies. If you're effed up inside, money gonna amplify your effed up shit. If you're good inside, money gonna amplify the goodness you gonna put out into the world. That's all it is. It's amplifier. That's it. So, I'm in the process of reprogramming. Girl, it's a journey. Like, so me and you talk, Cousin Pooh, we already know it's so much stuff that you have to reprogram, uproot all the different things. It is a journey. It's a spiral journey within yourself, your own reality. Okay, so the next thing is, okay, instead of like saying someone should help people, why are you saying someone should help people? What can you do to help people? I love watching the content creators that go out and give people, they act like they're homeless or something. They go out and give people, see if they're going to help them in their need, and then somebody stop and help them, and then they give them, money or whatever, and they're going through their own, they're going through their own, stuff or whatever. I love watching content like that. It swells my heart up, whatever. I love, help people. You see a stranger, you see somebody that's home. Like, one thing I tell people, and one thing I don't like when people say, well, I don't want to give nobody homeless some money or whatever. They might go spend it on this. When I do something that my energy told me to do, I don't worry about what somebody else do. If I give you $10 million today and you go and F it off, that's your problem. And what I give out does not have anything to do with me or what you do with it. That's between you and your energy, your inner God. So if you mess off the money I just gave you because you said you didn't have no food or whatever, that's between you and your subconscious and your inner God. Not me. I did what my energy told me to do, told me to give you the money so you can have a meal. So don't worry about what people, when you give stuff to folks, it should be given without any intention of what it's going to look like, what they're going to do with it. Give out the goodness of your heart. Do out the goodness of your heart. Don't feel like you be obligated to do something, but do it when you're feeling intuitively guided to do it. So ask, how can you help someone? Yeah, absolutely. You did. Yeah, you did your mission. You did your mission. After that, you ain't got to do with nothing else. And another thing I'm gonna do one more because I had a couple of them on here or whatever. So the next one I want to use is the system is broken. We see so many people say the system is broken. The system is broken. We know that. We hear that. We see that. As a founder, what you're gonna ask yourself is, what systems can I start building now? What systems people don't give themselves enough credit. Do you know our ancestors didn't have half of the luxuries, half of the stuff that we have now, and did more with what they had than what we do, what we got now? Come on now, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You have everything inside of you. I don't care. You have everything inside of you right now to do what you need to do. It can be a little scary, of course. When you're expanding, I was talking to my cousin last night. She knows, she right here, she'll tell you. When you're expanding into something new, into bigger territory, because you're always expanding. Once you reach one level, you're going to be expanding to something else. That's a part of the journey. Beautiful journey. But once you're expanding and you don't know, and it feels a little scary because you feel unsettled. Your foundation is unsettled. But once you start expanding, don't let the fear curl you back up in a knot or whatever. No, this is a part of expansion. You're going to feel unsettled because you're going into something you've never been in before. You've never done before. If it was comfortable, it'll be the norm, the usual, and it will become the norm and the usual once you started doing, like when I started making videos. If you go look at my social media channel, my very first video of me ever being online, I was scared. I was barely talking out. But then the more you do it, the more you're comfortable. The more it becomes your reality, the more you're embodied, the more you live in it. I make content for brands now. Brands use my face in their marketing, my voice in their marketing. I'm on here talking about the new earth that we're creating together, doing my mission. Yeah, it becomes your norm. You have to embody it. You have to become it in live time. So for the next 7 days, I want you to get out your way and I want you to start thinking like a founder. What is it that I am creating? What is it, if you can't even see what is it that you're creating for the world? What is it that I'm creating for myself? Carve a little corner out for yourself first before you start thinking about the bigger picture. Sometimes you got to start within yourself because sometimes the bigger picture is far away. Start thinking about, what am I doing for myself? How am I cultivating a better me? How am I embodying a better me, a higher version of me? How am I embodying the true version of me? Because all that stuff that's inside of you that you don't tend to like, a lot of this stuff is not even truly you. It is wounds, traumas, programs, all the different things that you have to look at, feel, release, let it go, and embody the gift that is up under all that pain and hurt. Embody the true, beautiful version, little girl, little boy inside of you. Because when you start doing this work, I'm telling you, you start back living as your inner child. You're the adult version as your inner child. You pretty much become what's the little viral thing they be saying? When you're adult and you be buying all the different stuff or whatever, you're adult with inner child. You're an inner child with adult money or whatever. Kind of like that. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So I want you to start embodying the energy of a founder. What does a founder look like for you? How do you move as a founder? What are you creating in your reality? And we're going to talk about this on the next live. So make sure you hit the notification button, because I'll come here every Thursday. We're going to be talking about, we talk about this and even more about the inner work, healing, transformation, all the different things. So you can be in order with yourself, so you can create what you came in to create, so we can all do this together. Because this is not a one-person show, not a one-person pony. Nobody no hierarchy over here. We are individually leaders, founders that are wanting to see, and that is creating in live time, a new reality from where we are now. You have everything inside of you. The main thing you got is your energy. Ain't nothing more grander than that. Ain't nothing more grander than God within you, baby. Nothing more grander. Come within. Discover that. Connect with that. Let that guide you. The old hymn, what is it? Because what's the old hymn? You be singing, I'm taking the answers to be coming up. Order my steps in your name, dear Lord. Ooh, yes. So let your energy order your steps. When I'm out of alignment, I'm like, I bring up my great grandmother energy. She's always singing that song or whatever. Order my steps and what it is, how I need to walk in this reality, God. Show me how I need to show up for myself, how I need to show up for the world. Some days I might fall short. That's okay. I'm human. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and I'm in this tactile reality. So it's not perfectionism. It's me learning how to master myself. Yep. Lead me, guide me every day. Yes, Cousin Pooh. Yes. So this is the energy of the new earth. We are creating it now in live time, and we are moving together. And this is what this is about. You are a founder. I'm a founder. If you're a person that wants to see a better paradigm, that wants to create a better paradigm, that is doing their life mission right now, that is going after what it is their higher self is asking them to create right now, this is for you. You are one of the people that needs to be here. You are one of the people that are going to be making a way, that's already making a way for generations to come. This is the time right now to be alive that the generations after us are going to be talking about. Will your great grandkids say, my grandmother did her part. My granddaddy did my great granddaddy, whatever, did their part. Will they say that about you? Or will it just all you leave here and be like, oh, I wish I could have. All the things people say when they pass away, but they wish they could have done. Just do it. Just do it. You only got one life in this meat suit. In this meat suit now. Another meat suit, you got other life. But in this meat suit, you got this one life. So live it. Do it. Create it. I'm a founder of the new reality. Yes. I'm the author, illustrator, and publisher. Ain't that right, Cousin Pooh? Yes. All of it. Yes, we are. And when we realize that and we start creating from that energy, we legitimately have a new reality. And it is beautiful. And I want you to always remember that it starts from within. If you want to see better, you want to experience better, you have to come from within. And let go what no longer serves. Feel it. Heal it. Transform it, alchemize it, because you're an alchemist, and use it for your highest good. See, even we'll talk about that on the next live. Your pain has a purpose. Any pain that you've been through even has a purpose. That's really your momentum, honestly. You want to get technical, we'll have to talk about going through the dark stuff and how that is really your momentum for you, because actually light was created from darkness. When you understand and understand that, you know what I'm talking about. So yes, Come back next week if you want to be on the live, any of the lives or whatever. Email me at foundersofthenewearth@gmail.com. You can also go to the link in my bio. This right here will be on the tube. We have all the episodes right there on the tube or whatever. You can always check those out and know that you are a founder and we are creating this new paradigm together. And I love you and we will be back next week. Bye. You have any? Let me know. You have any questions before I get off? We got 1 minute left. You have any questions? You have anything to say? Whatever else, and make sure you do make sure you tap into the energy of the founder. Make sure you're realizing what it is that you're doing in your everyday life to become a founder. Because I'm gonna ask you next week what it is that you did this past week to embody the founder energy in your own life. Love you, and we'll be back next week.